Thanks for coming and hanging out in the basement with me tonight. What I've got, as you saw from the thumbnail, is another switcher. But it's a steam engine this time. These things have been on, quite a few of these on eBay, and I got this one for about $20 plus shipping, which it's right in my price range. I'm really happy with it. These were produced between 1987, actually they were released in 1987, but they were cataloged in 87 and 88. And let's get this over onto the mat first before we put it on the track, because this is DC only. The motor will get damaged if I try to run AC through it, as I got on my 3-rail layout here. But let me show you how I modify those and how we test it beforehand, and let's get started. Okay, this is a engine number 1-8700 Dockside switcher. It was part of the, let me look here real quick. This was part of the Railblazer Trail set. This came with Rock Island themed cars. The other ones were all red and everything. So this number here, 8240-45, is not the part number for the engine. That's just the part number for that part. But yeah, that took me a while to figure out. But we've got a broken bell, which I can get a replacement for, which I probably will. The whistle's okay. Smokestack, that's okay. They use the same body shell with a different smokestack on different stuff, and there's some other models that have like some linkages here, but this is very basic. So how do we test this? You can see we got a little can motor up in there, DC can motor. How do we test this? Well, easiest way is with the battery. The connections for the battery are from either wheel to the center pivot, so it doesn't matter which way we put it. So as long as I apply power here, and she works. And if we flip the battery around, she runs pretty good. Alright, so let's take it apart to investigate it and make sure everything's good inside. One screw in the top. I have not had this style engine apart before, so we'll see what happens. Well, that was pretty darn easy. I think it's pretty cool in here. We got, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. It says Lionel, Mount Clemens, Michigan, so this was still made in the USA. 48043, and I thought, oh, maybe that's a part number. No, that's the zip code for Mount Clemens, Michigan, so I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, the shell looks pretty good. I would like to add a light to it, but I think I'd have to drill into it and have some wires hanging down, and I probably won't do that. I'm pretty sure this boiler front is also glued on. It's a separate piece, but I bet they glue it. So let's take a look at the rest of it here. What do we got? This is, oh, this is real light. It's like tinsel or something on here. I wasn't sure what this was. Yeah, that's just tinsel. So, lucked out there. Thought it was metal. Wow. Thought it was like metal shavings or something. Alright, how are we looking here? It's a very simple mechanism, as you can see. The other wheels here, while they are geared in, they didn't really make any effort to try to match them up as far as, you know, the weights go and stuff for a visual effect. Because if I were to bring this down 1/4, this will, well, maybe that would work out. If I brought it down 1/4, no, this guy would be up over here. Yeah, so then this side would be off, so I'm just going to leave it. We got a Mabuchi motor here. And let's see, depending on how this guy runs, I might swap this motor out with probably this guy over here. This motor is a little damaged, but it works. Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, let me show you how I'm going to convert this to AC only operation. Okay, what I've got here is a bridge rectifier. There's just 4 diodes in here. As you can see on the face of it, there's a plus here, minus here, and a like squiggly line on these corners. These 2 upper corners are for the AC, so the track power. So basically, right where these wires are right now. I'll pull these wires off, solder them to the squiggly wires. The plus and the minus I will temporarily attach to the motor. Then when I put it on the track, I will determine what way is forward. And for now, this engine will be stuck in forward only, which is okay. I'm okay with that. But as to where to put this guy, we've got lots of room right here. That's where the factory reverse unit would have been on a AC operated loco. Whoops, sorry. As far as room up, there is a ton of room right inside the chassis here. And we got a metal chassis, so I'll have to insulate the wires. So I'll probably just maybe bury it in here. I could put it right in back here, but you'd see it, which is not the end of the world. So we'll play around with that. Oh, and I bought these small bridge rectifiers on eBay. I get them. I got these at electronic parts store, and they were cheap enough. And yeah, I bought 5, and after this one, I'm down to 2. So these guys have been doing good for me. I just thought I'd show you this while I was cleaning it. Even though this locomotive should run pretty good, I always take them apart what I can. I'm not going to pull the wheels off, but this is why you do that. It wasn't obvious that there's a whole bunch of fibers and stuff wrapped around on here, and that's going to affect the performance negatively, especially with such a small motor. But this is probably like dog hair or something like that, but this is why you take your time, and you never know what you're going to find. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Here's one more thing. I noticed that the front wheel had a lot of play in it. Not an excessive amount, but you know, it's got play in it. This back one doesn't, but it turns freely. If you look right in here, hopefully you can see it. There is a whole bunch of hair or carpet fiber or something, which we are going to get out there, and we'll see how much better this is. Okay, turns out I was right to be concerned about it. This is the one that was loose before. Now that I got that, this is the last chunk of carpet fiber that came out. Now this one's got a nice plumb amount of play, so yeah, this should work really good now. Let's see here. Yeah, much better. A little bit of lube. Let's keep going. Okay, motor's back in. Things are lubricated. Things are working very smoothly. I'm really happy with this. Also, what I've done is I've routed the wires inside, and I've soldered them in a little different way than I've done my other ones. I ran the wire down the line here so my heat shrink would hopefully have a better chance of sticking to it, because I could use slightly smaller heat shrink, but this way the heat shrink will go over the wire and make it a little thicker. So I've got track power on right now, so the track is hot. Got 8 volts on it. So we'll see if I got this right. We're basically going to temporarily attach one here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, it wants to go forward. I lucked out. Now we also got these rods sitting here, so I think it's a winner. Let me finish soldering this up, and we'll put her back together and see how it works. Okay, the first test. How's it gonna go? Slide her back here a bit. Oh, beautiful. That is awesome. 5 volts and it's off and running. Oh yeah, that thing runs sweet. Alright, awesome. Now, let's hook it up to some special cars here. These are heavier cars, so we'll see how it does. If it doesn't do very good, we'll swap them out for lighter weight cars. Nah, barely. It's doing okay, but it's a bit much for it. what do you think of that? This thing runs amazing. It runs as good as my laser train here. Just like smallest amount of voltage, and this thing's off like a rocket. So I am very happy. And this motor is actually going to go in this guy here. And I will swap the motor around. It runs, but it slows down a bit after you first turn it on, and it's just not as powerful as this guy is. Or should I say fast. None of these are powerful. Like those other coaches I had hooked up, that's great for one lap of this track, but that motor will get overheated really quick. But these cars, on the other hand, these are MPC era coaches, and they work pretty darn good. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and hope you check out the rest of the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll just put it on the minimum voltage here and see what happens. You can't beat that. That is really good. Minimum voltage, it's going off great. I'll bump it up to like 7.5. Man, that thing's just spinning around like crazy. Wow. Thanks for watching.